Welcome back to the warm-up with John Ben, everybody. Continuing our season outlook, we are with the Utah Jazz today. Before we get into it, please like, comment, subscribe. Please follow our new Instagram and Twitter handles. The links are in the description below. And yeah, let's get into it. Utah Jazz, man, a team that tanked so hard last year, and they wanted Cooper Flag so bad, and the tank gods said no. They ended up falling to, I think, 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Or no, 5th. They got 5th. And yeah, very unfortunate situation for them. But yeah, let's get into it.
All right, so gonna look at the roster construction here. There is a lot of very interesting pieces on this roster. Obviously, your big guys, Lauri Markkanen, who you traded for a few years back, went to an All-Star game, proven scorer. You bring in Yusuf Nurkic, just a filler at the center position. Kyle Anderson, Niang. Let's see who else we got here. Kevin Love also. Those are just kind of your filler. You're picking up contracts. And then your young potential guys, obviously Ace Bailey, who you took at 5 this year, Cody Williams, who you took the previous year, Keyonte George as well, right from my hometown, Dallas, Texas. Walter Clayton, who you got as well in this year's draft, who was a steal at 18, in my opinion. You know how high I was on Walter Clayton. You can go watch the video to find out. Yeah. A lot of really cool pieces here. And then also Filipowski, who has a lot of potential and good upside as well. Then another guy worth mentioning who played really, really well against the Dallas Mavericks a couple nights ago was Bryce Sensabaugh, who is really out there shooting it well, playing efficient. A lot of guys that can get it done on this team, but I still feel like they're a ways away from contention. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I totally agree. Unlike some of the teams we had talked about over the previous videos, Utah is at least in a direction. They know they're not a contending team. They know they're not a playing team, but they know they have to have a foundation in place to eventually be successful. And I think they've done a pretty good job. Forget the coach's name. He's great. He came from the Celtics. He's done a terrific job with them. And then I think just the like from what we've seen in preseason with Ace Bailey, he's gonna look like he should have went 2, maybe 3. He's a hell of a player. Offensively, I think he has some defensive tenacity that is real, and I think is gonna pop up from time to time. Walker Kessler, they didn't reach to an agreement, an extension this offseason. That's kind of interesting because they didn't want to trade him, and if the Lakers wanted him, they had to give up Reeves and 3 picks, and so I don't know what they're doing with Walker Kessler. Again, they might just want his cap hold for next summer, and they'll extend him off that. But yeah, getting Walter Clayton, like you said, very good point guard, is going to be really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, another thing with this team is you have a lot of a mixture here. You've got veterans and you have young guys. So there are going to be a lot of guys that can come into these practices, specifically Kevin Love, and just lead by example. I think that's going to be a really important factor with this team. I think you also have a lot of flexibility. You've got a lot of future draft capital still from the Gobert trade and the Donovan Mitchell trade. And then you obviously have trade pieces such as Lauri Markkanen that you can easily dangle on the market and say, hey, look, if we want to really go all in on this rebuild, give us 4 or 5 first-round picks for Lauri Markkanen. So that is an important thing I think they're going to have. And Ace Bailey, assuming he becomes what we think he's going to become, he's going to be the leader of this basketball team in years to come. And he's got a lot of upside, a lot of opportunity to play really well here at this program. I know this isn't exactly where he wanted to go, but I think for the long run, this is going to be a good destination for him. As far as like where they finish in the West, where do you see that?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have the Jazz finishing 15th. I think they'll be dead last in the draft for 2 reasons. I think there's everything happens for a reason. So they tanked really hard this year. They didn't get Cooper Flag, but I think the BYU kid AJ Dame Bainsta or however how you say it. He's at Utah. He's from BYU. It wouldn't shock me if all of a sudden Utah had the number 1, a number 2 pick, ended up taking him. I think if they were able to get him in the draft and have a core of Ace and AJ, that's enticing, especially with a league full of wings and a league full of wings now. Yeah, unfortunately though, I think they're gonna be the last place team. I think they'll definitely try to trade Marketing. It just doesn't make sense. There's no timetable.
Yeah.
He's too talented right now for this team, and yeah.
Yeah, I think the AJ thing is interesting. AJ's a good kid. We had the opportunity to meet with him in Vegas, and
Yeah.
he's an incredible kid. He comes from a great family, and I think potentially if you finish 15 and somehow win the lottery, I mean pairing him with Ace Bailey's frightening because this kid's got a lot of potential. He's going to be
Right.
amazing. So really excited to see what he does. Yeah, I think this will be the 15th team in the West. I don't really think this is much of a head scratcher. I think it's either going to be them or Portland. Possibly. I think we mentioned Portland maybe getting into the play-in if things go well. But if you're looking at this roster from top to bottom, I just don't see it. They still have a long way to go, but they're one of those teams that they're going in the right direction. They have a lot of things going for them, a lot of future draft capital, like I mentioned, and they have the key young guys that are going to be able to push this team forward. So I'm excited to see where they go.
Yeah. And just to add on to that, you don't trade Colin Sexton for Nurkic to do something. You know what I mean? That was a salary dump deal. They obviously wanted Sexton to get off Sexton's contract, and yeah, they have Kevin Love. They traded John Collins away to the Clippers, so they no longer have John Collins. So yeah, they're definitely in the real tank session now. I think what I like about them, that they could play as hard as they can, be really bad, but they're still gonna have a good nucleus and foundation. I think that's what's important when you are seeing these teams that tank. It's not just sitting all your good players. It's like, okay, we're playing all our youth and we're still losing, but the youth is getting these reps. I think that's the important thing here.
Yeah, I think as you mentioned, Utah kind of decided exactly where they wanted to go when they got off Collins and they got off Sexton. And I believe there was one more. They got off Clarkson as well.
Clarkson.
That's when they made.
Clarkson,
that's when they made the choice. It's like, look, we're not trying to contend.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, if they had kept those three and drafted the players they drafted, that's probably a play-in team. To be honest with you, I mean, they have a lot more potential to make some noise with that roster, but they decided to take a step further back and really just hit the reset button, which I like, because things just truly have not been the same since the Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert era. They've been trying to recover ever since, which I think they're getting closer, though. So this will be a year of growth for them.
Yeah. I mean, the bright side for the Jazz, they have the coolest jerseys in the NBA.
Easily.
So whatever happens with them, just know they got a nice jersey every night.
Yeah, man. Whoever's doing that branding needs a raise, man. I mean, the mountain, and I just love Utah with the green, and with the green colors was cool, but classic purple is always the way to go. So I'm glad that they rebranded and went back to that. They're a fun team to design for sure.
Yeah. Do you have any, just while we have a little bit more time, do you have any expectations on what Ace Bailey's real numbers should look like this year? Or is it just go out there, just try a bunch of stuff and see what you lean on the most type thing?
Yeah, I think Ace Bailey and VJ Edgecombe are the two guys that are going to rival Cooper Flag for Rookie of the Year. So now that we're having this conversation, I think Ace is going to be one of those rookies that's going to stand out amongst the crowd. I think we already saw it in the first preseason game. He's a legitimate bucket getter, and that's going to be crucial for him because he's on Utah.
Right.
This isn't a team that has a guy. So he can go out there and be the guy that can get you a smooth 15, 20 points a night off really efficient scoring and really good bucket getting. I mean, he can get it from anywhere. So his play style, man, I mean, he's got a little bit of mellow in him with the jump shot. He's got a little KD. I mean, there's just a lot to like about his offense. So I'm excited to see what he does. I think he's going to be great. I think the number one thing he needs to do is, and this is this is just me as a fan who reads the news talking. I would say the number one thing he needs to do is he needs to get some representation, and he needs to he needs to get representation, and he needs to lock into this team. Yeah. Don't just you're here, accept it. You're at Utah, get an agent, and blend into the team culture, and you'll be fine. Yeah. Just grow up in a way, I guess.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think. Oh damn! Yeah, I totally agree. I think just to wrap things up, I think Ace is going to be really good. Oh god, my eyes are killing me.
This boy got dilated today, right? But anyways, I think we'll go ahead and wrap up there. I'll go ahead and close it out for you, Ja. Yeah, cool. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. As we said before, the socials are in the description. This is our season outlook for the Utah Jazz. If you're a Utah fan, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, but the future is bright. But we'll go ahead and sign off right there. Adios, y'all.
Peace.